afternoon. Welcome to UWS 3 o'clock News Bulletin. I'm Carla Buscema. The government has announced new restrictions on betting machines. The maximum stake on fixed odds would be cut from £100 to between £2 and £50. Susanna Martinkova investigates.
The newest government review brought changes for fixed odds betting terminals. While customers could bet up to £100 every 20 seconds, their limit now cut to £50 max. We spoke with Kevin, an assistant manager in betting shop, about the impact of the review.
The only way it's going to change if they take it even lower, but I don't know how low they would take it, and customers wouldn't be happy obviously with £20 or whatever if they made it that, but I think they're going to do something like that as well. So.
Following the review, Labour's deputy leader Tom Bulletin described it as deeply disappointing, believing it could have been more strict on bookmakers.
Well, I think we should reduce the level as much as possible because many people become addicted to gambling.
I think it should be lower than that because £50 for some people, especially if they're on benefits, £50 is a lot, and sometimes the families suffer because of one person who gambles.
Changes have been applied, but government and gambling commissions will be paying close attention to industry progress. For UWS News, Susanna Martinkova.
Thanks, Susanna. 54,000 women a year lose their jobs due taking maternity leave. Women in Glasgow were protesting this morning, demanding the UK government do more. Siobhan Dunn was at the march for UWS News.
Today, Glasgow Green protesters gathered to march peacefully for parents' working rights. Ruth Wilkinson from the Women's Equality Party explains why she's taking part in the Mummy Walk.
Keen to work on, it's about women's rights, it's about working women's rights. So I'm really glad that I'm able to be here and support Pregnant Then Screwed.
Claire, mother of two, describes her experience as a working parent.
I had those conversations with managers saying, well, there's no way she's come back part-time without even talking about it, having the discussion. There needs to be more equality for dads as well, because it's not just mums that want to be at home.
The march supports equality for both parents, and Dad Scott explains why he was there.
I was quite lucky because me and my wife own our own company, so we're able to be a bit flexible. But I have a lot of friends who are dads who are now who had to lose their job to be able to take the time off to spend with their child, so I came down in support of mums and dads who both have to go through the same thing.
Siobhan is now in the studio with us. Hi Siobhan. So you were at the march this morning. Tell us, what happened?
Yeah, so the march took place at Glasgow Green this morning, and it was held in 6 cities across the UK. It was a march to recognise respect for parental leave, so they were wanting to put some pressure on the government with this subject involved.
So were there some demands from the people participating?
Yeah, there was several demands that we spoke to people that were in the march. One that probably stuck out the most was the parents were wanting shared parental leave, so this would incorporate them having 50% each of the time allocated to them, so a mother would take 6 months, a father would take 6 months, and they were also wanting to see 90% of the salary given to them during this period.
So traditionally it's just mothers who take maternity leave?
Yeah, so traditionally it would just be the mothers that are allowed maternity leave. Some companies do give fathers the choice to take some paternity leave, but the fathers I spoke to said that because they said breadwinners of the household, they felt it'd be detrimental to their family, so they just didn't have the option, they couldn't take that time off. So they were wanting to adopt the Scandinavian approach, and this is what the march was about today.
So what's the Scandinavian approach?
That is when the time allocated for a parent to take time off is split equally. So a mother could take a year and a father could take a year, or 6 months, or whatever it would be, and they wouldn't be it wouldn't be financially detrimental to the household. So they would be given, an equal amount of pay to take that time off.
And do you think father would take that time off?
Yeah, I spoke to one father in particular that was a stay-at-home dad, and he was really keen on the idea. Other fathers were there to march because they wanted to take the time off, but they just couldn't due to financial circumstances or businesses that they worked for just not allowing it to happen. A lot of dads feel that they should be in the house, they should be looking after their children, and their role is just as important as mothers. And for the mother to be seeking a career, it's just as important for her as well. So yeah, this is a movement that should be going forward. The people that I spoke to are quite keen on it.
Thanks very much, Siobhan. That
you.
was really interesting. Thank you. And today is the 114th birthday of Hampden Park. However, the future of the National Football Stadium is still uncertain. Ryan Gallagher was at the stadium this morning, and here is what he found out.
Today marks 114 years since Hampden Park officially opens its doors with a 1-0 win for Queen's Park over Celtic. However, with the Scottish FA set to hold talks over moving the national team's matches to Murrayfield, Hampden's future as the home of Scottish football may be under threat. The SFA were not prepared to comment on the matter, but I spoke to Christine Wright, Secretary of Queen's Park Football Club, about her memories of the stadium.
I think Hampden Park is absolutely unique because it's the people's stadium, it's there for everybody. So many players get to play at Hampden Park that don't get to play at other national stadiums throughout the world, and it's iconic for the city and also for Scotland.
So, does Hampden Park still have a place in the fans' hearts?
I think it's a bit impersonal, you know, and most people passing this now wouldn't understand what the fuss is about. Yeah. But if they'd seen it in its pomp with 130,000, then that wasn't unusual. There's been 99 attendances in there over 100,000. That's almost 100. You know, there's no other stadium comes near that. And they've got attendance records for European Cup final, domestic cup finals, internationals, semi-finals. And that's for the whole of Europe. It seems a nonsensical decision because I can positively say Glasgow's home of football in Scotland. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. You know, I mean, if I compare it to down the road to say that Wembley's home of football, it's a joke. It wasn't built till 1926. Looking at the history of Scottish football, you know, it's for one city. Not just in football terms, but in terms of managers. You know, people don't know the stuff about this area, the history of it, the managers. There's Steen Busby Shankly, and there's Dalglish, and there's Ferguson, and there's about another 10 that all managed. Chelsea, Spurs and Arsenal, the first managers were all Scots from the West Coast when they were first founded. The first managers were Scottish from here, this area, not the East Coast or the North or England, here. And so it's not a recent thing, you know, so it's an insult to the memory of these people.
Ryan Gallagher, UWS News, Hampden Park in Glasgow.
Thank you, Ryan. The short list of the best Italian restaurants in Scotland has been released. Cecchini's in Ayr is running for the title of the best family-friendly restaurant. Ludovica Muttini reports.
Cecchini's restaurant in Ayr has been nominated once again for the Scottish Italian Award.
It's been open for approximately 20 years, it'll be 20 years come November. It's a long-established family restaurant. It's been going for about 30 odd years. Between ourselves, we're a restaurant in Troon, so I think it's just a good reputation they've had from the start, from day one, so long may it continue. This is our second year, and we were nominated last year, which we won, I think, 2-3 different trophies, so hopefully this year should be the same. And it'd be good for our 20th anniversary of being open as well. It's just a good family atmosphere, hopefully good customer service, etc. So that should be a good reason why people should come here.
Good food, I enjoy the food, and it's always good.
Good service. Yep, all the family eat here as well.
We will have to wait until next month to see if Cecchini's actually won. That's everything for today. Ludovica Muttini for UWS News.
Thanks, Ludovica. And tonight children will be trick-or-treating. Regardless, celebration already began this weekend in Ayr Town Centre. Manuel Cardor was there for UWS News.
Every year, at the end of autumn, Ayr Town gets together for 3 days of colourful and spooky celebrations. This is the Tamfest. The festival was founded by a local business owner, Meredith McCrindle, in an attempt to get more visitors to our town centre. This year, the festival inspired by Robert Burns' tale was bigger than ever, with entertainment like ravenous haunted owls, special playing the Gaiety, street performers, and a lot more. It was impossible not to feel the Halloween spirit this weekend in Ayr Town.
Thanks, Manuel. And that's everything for today from UWS News. Thank you for watching. I'm Carla Buscema. Good afternoon.